All right, YouTube peeps, welcome in. I don't know what part it is, I've lost count, but welcome to the beginning of the end. We are going to start the final trial in Trials and Tribulations, funny enough. And, yeah, this is literally the last trial in the original trilogy. So, we're almost there. We're almost done with this. The series started in, like, oh god, April, May? I don't remember. And we're almost there. Nonetheless, let's do it. Part 4-1, the trial. Trial by fire, more like, as this case is fucking insane, dude. Anyway, we are at February 10th. We're actually almost getting there in real time. Yeah, I also dropped a shit ton of frames right at the beginning of the stream, because, you know, Twitch is great. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is gonna be bad. Hey, yeah, remember when we found out that you are actually the, sibling, or not, no, that's right, sibling of these motherfuckers? Yeah, Iris and Pearl are siblings. And which also means that Dahlia is Pearl's sibling. God damn it, the bad blood. Taylor Swift, is that you?
Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, Pearls.
Mr. Nick, please tell me what's going to happen to Mystic Maya.
I'm sorry. We don't... Oh, yeah, Maya's also still stuck in the damn cave. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple. Oh, yeah, also, Edgeworth lost Iris, I think. That was a whole thing. The earthquake happened, then Iris got away, which is weird, because why would she run away? Well, we'll get to that more as we go on.
Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks?
Oh, that's what it was.
Those trick locks in the training hall?
No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. Because, you know, this is... God. Yo, what's up, Big Mac? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great night. Missed the last few streams, so I made it to stay away for this one time for the, first trial. Oh, no, this is the last trial. We were at the end of the thing already, pretty much. Not the end. We're probably not going to finish it today, but we're on the last one. At least I think it's the last one. I could be totally wrong, but yeah. We already faced Francisca. Now we're facing Godot, who is being real sus. So, yeah. Anyway, she's required to be here in court.
Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby?
I have to admit, it's kind of strange. I'm assuming this is Godot. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Oh, no, it's Edgeworth. Edgeworth. What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. That's Godot. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. But why? Why? She's the defendant. Naughty? Eggy is back. Yes, he's back. What? The prosecutor's squeezing for her for a confession. Or so I heard. Francisca von Karma, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking, but Francisca isn't going to be the prosecutor today. Nani? Then who is? Who do you fucking think? Who else would it be but Godot? Godot? Francisca is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern. Oh yeah, she's the one that's doing the trick locks.
The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's...
Exactly. She's dead. I mean... She has been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. Yeah, she was a... Head nun was great. Good old fucking bikini. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly as we receive some good news soon. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. Those beautiful, blue, big... you're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Like, I'm gonna die today. Bikini is the best character in this case. She's pretty out there. I love it. Love how she keeps making jokes that like Edgeworth and Phoenix would like to see her in a bikini. We're just like, nope, cut the feed, cut the feed. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold onto someone else, literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Thanks. Penis rising. I mean, what? I mean, Edgewood, wait, I mean... I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case, which means I'm gonna have to bluff a lot. Classic Phoenix, bluffing the way out of a case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Donham, no. I mean Miss Misty Faye, that was another big revelation. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. This bitch, and what that woman is really after. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end! I sure will. I'm also curious, is it gonna be Cool Judge or Canadian Judge? Oh, it's Cool Judge! Yes!
Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple.
Hey man, how are you doing? Did you have a good morning? You were acting real sus yesterday. Like, Amogus sus. I'm already sweating. Morgan Faye is amazing. She's a fucking bitch. She's a good character, though. Your Honor, what are you...
Who, me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him.
I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers! That explains a lot. They had to end the trilogy with the old judge, exactly. There was no way they couldn't. If they did, it'd be blasphemy. I would have burned this game on the cross. I'm just kidding. Yeah, he really did pass. I was about to say that he really did pass on his fever.
My poor brother. He looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here.
It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Did I say judge judgment? Horny music. Dude, I'll have hot, nasty sex with Godot.
Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you said. At least up until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement.
Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. He's not wrong. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. Coffee. Yep. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug.
So then you mean... forget it. What do you mean?
During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make.
Confession? The defendant?
This ain't good. Iris, why didn't she discuss this with me first? We'll get to that later.
Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession.
Oh boy. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask her for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes, but first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
It's alright. What is it?
Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
What a surprise!
Are you actually confessing? I didn't think she had the balls. Well, she does because she's a woman.
Do I remember the rest of the case from this point on? Bits and pieces, but not all of it. I did figure out something yesterday that I'd kind of forgotten, and we'll get to that later. I skipped that. Whoops.
No, I'm not whatever you said, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place.
That's not surprising. You were literally seen stabbing the victim with the giant blade of death. Very stylish, sure. I do like the nuns' outfits. Yeah, I like the purple. It's good coloring. It's kind of like reverse Maya's a little bit.
After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard, where I desecrated it.
What was the fucking thing in the dub?
What?
Oh, mine? Hey, thanks, man. I don't remember how it started, but I made it a point to wear a Hawaiian shirt during every Ace Attorney stream. I don't remember why. I just kind of decided it. I only have 3 of them, but this one's light blue. I have a white one and then a black one that I'll wear the next time. The black one, we have to end on black, because I'm back in black.
Order in the court.
But Iris's shirt is cool too. Thanks, man.
Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder?
Yes, that's correct.
What? Even Phoenix is like, oh, we're fucked. 3 minutes of court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat. Ha! Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder. Assuming Gant wears a Hawaiian shirt when he goes to the beach, he fucking better. He fucking better, dude. He looked great in a Hawaiian. He looks great anyway. He looked great in a Hawaiian shirt. Isn't that right, Mr. Trite? Grr, that Godot. So this is the confession they were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie. It's shoved into a pocket. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? Iris was covering for someone? Question mark. Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket.
I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl.
Clever girl.
Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition.
Oh boy.
One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her.
But you didn't though, cause anyway. Oh, okay, that one. All right, I guess not the mother, but the daughter.
The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey.
Huh? I like how they did both those sound effects at the same time. The ding and the blue. Wake up and smell the coffee, Trite. She's naming Maya!
Order in the courts!
Oh, yeah. Also, fucking what?
So not only did you witness the murder, you knew the name of the murderer!
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes.
Alright, well, this reeks of bullshit already.
And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
That's ridiculous! Maya could never do so.
The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time, in like 5 seconds. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor.
I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. This ain't suspicious at all. Yeah, Maya was the murderer. Please explain.
I went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden.
That checks out.
I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
Yeah?
So it was in self-defense.
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal. I wonder why. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night. And that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it. That's weird. Isn't that weird?
Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Sure, man. Let us begin. Lies. Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple. Objection. Did she now? Too bad for you. What she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. Classic cross-examination theme. Oh, it's great, dude. Music in this whole series has been absolutely bomb. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go? I was in the inner temple's training hall. A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony. That would be properly described as heresy.
What do you have to say, witness?
I just couldn't tell him the truth at the time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she?
No, but... yeah?
I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder.
There. We all understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's continue with the testimony.
Yeah. You also prefer the moderato version of the song over the Thai. I don't know what that means, but sure. Yeah, staff, by the way. Staff. Oh, I don't know. I still don't know what it means. Stole the weapon. What weapon? You're saying that the victim attacked Maya. I mean, Miss Faye.
Yes, it was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard in the head and looked like she was going to collapse.
What were you doing at the time? Why didn't you stop them from fighting?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
That's perfectly understandable, my dear.
This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute. Well then, fucking give me an option to say something. She moved in to deliver a fatal strike.
Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
Wait a minute. What was this weapon?
It was some kind of dagger.
A dagger, huh? And Elise Stoneham tried to stab her with this weapon. To kill Miss Faye? Well, that's bullshit, because that was her fucking mom. Why would her... What? What?
Yes, exactly.
Ha. Gulp. You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce. Oof. That's a big oof. Worcestershire sauce? Why not Heinz 57? Do you have a problem with the Worcestershire? I mean, the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy? Do I have a problem with Iris' testimony? Fuck yeah, I do. It sucks. Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony, even though she's my client, but whatever.
You do? But this witness is your own client.
Yes, well, nevertheless. That's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that.
Listen, Gramps, I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. Damn, son. Okay, now, let's continue. She threw her staff away.
Mystic Elise was trying to kill Mystic Maya. I think that's why she wanted a more lethal weapon.
Oh, good movie, Lethal Weapon. Mel Gibson and Danny Glover? That's a great movie. Even though Mel Gibson's kind of an asshole now.
It's true. It's not easy to inflict a deadly blow with a staff.
Dude, fucking try me. Just hit him hard enough on the head, bonk. You're going, go to horny jail, bonk. Sister Iris, let me make sure I've got this straight. The victim herself chose to throw away her staff. Yeah, that's a lie.
Yes, that's what I saw.
Is there anything odd about that, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, it's odd, all right.
Mystic Elise attacked Mystic Maya with a dagger. I'm sure of this.
All right, well, yeah. Why would she throw her staff away? It was a fucking sword, idiot. Iris, idiot. Sister, idiot. Iris. There's something strange about your version of events.
Nani?
Miss Stoneham throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me.
But all you could do with a staff is hit someone.
Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. If Elise Stoneham really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already! Damn, got him. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? What is this, cup 3 already? Yo, what's up, Texas Dad? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great night, as always. I just flew back from a Transformers convention, and boy, are my arms tired. All right, that... Yes. Yes, Transformer joke for any Transformers fans. Is anyone... Are Transformers still, like, going in a thing? Are they still making shows? Good to see you as always, Texas Dad. Hope you're having a great night per usual. That was an impressive bit of jokery, Trite. Texas Dad. I don't know. Probably. Shit, if Power Rangers is still going, I bet Transformers is too. I would never have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. It's fair. Looks like a gladiator. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Okay, but where was the dagger then? Well... Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. Shall we go for the weekend sweep of last-minute field goals? Dude, I told my mom to say... I'm actually, speaking of, I'm going to keep that game. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this as well. Let me actually just mute the Elgato real quick. The most recent stream, the stream with Mom, the rhythm games, still not up on YouTube. 2 songs got it blocked. I completely forgot it's the same 2 songs that blocked it last time. One of them is I've already muted it and everything. I'm getting the other one muted right now, so hopefully this should be up by either later tonight or tomorrow. Honestly, this video that or the stream that you're watching right now might go up before the Rhythm Games with Mom Part 5. So just to know, I'm gonna make sure to make a list of songs that block the video. It's the same too. It's Radar Love and Call Me. Twice now block the video on YouTube. But anyway, about the football, dude, I told my mom the same thing. The Chiefs-Bills game is going to go one of 2 ways. It's either going to be 42 to or it's going to be 44 to 41, or it's going to be 3-0. Looks like it's trending towards 44 to 41 because it's 14 to 7 right now. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Congratulations to the Rams, though. 3-0 is out. But you get what I mean. It's either going to be, like, super high scoring or super... Oh, Bill scored a touchdown. Gabriel Davis. I'm going to keep that up. Yeah, 14-13. Yep, I just saw that. Hell yeah. I'm not rooting for either team, but it would be cool to see Josh Allen in the championship game again. Anyway, but yeah, that'd be wild if every single game ended with a field goal or a field goal to win. How'd the Packers choke that away? That was so wild. Packers special team is literally garbage. Yeah, road team weekend too. It's true. Both the number 1 seeds getting knocked out, which is insane. That fucking punt return, or that block punt for a touchdown by the Niners was the craziest play all weekend. I don't know. Maybe that Cooper Kupp like catch, like blown coverage at the end of the game. I don't know. Anyway, I know like you're the only one that likes football, so I'll yeah, who knows though. Anyway, the important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. She didn't, though. She didn't. That's her mom. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. But there is something strange about this whole testimony. It's a load of horse hockey.
Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point.
Thank you for the alert, Texas Dad. Enjoy the game, and appreciate you. If I see you later, hell yeah. If not, have a wonderful night. I appreciate you as always. Well, there's a way to make that bold. I'll have to figure that out later. Anyway. Very well, Your Honor. The defense will not present evidence to back its argument.
Mr. Wright!
I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Miss Elise Donan would never attempt to take the life of Miss Maya Fey. Because she's her fucking mom. Elise Donan would never have attacked Maya Fey.
How could you be so sure?
Because the victim's real name was not Elise Donan. Her real name was Misty Fey.
Fey?
No, not Mystic Misty Fey.
Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to...
Misty Fey is the master of the Karain channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey.
Are you serious?
I am.
Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Donan actually the great Mystic Misty?
Uh-huh. There's no doubt about it. It looks like Iris had no idea.
I can hardly believe it.
The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing. Ugh.
Order in the courts! Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, which is just careless, and two, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter, despite the facts being believable when taken on their own. When taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe.
Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible. Except for one little thing.
Yes? What is this one little impossible thing?
Ha! A Rubik's Cube. I mean, you still don't get it. You think maybe my beans are under-roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps. Could you please stop talking about your testicles? I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee.
You're going to ruin your health, my friend.
Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty. Well, fuck.
Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing?
Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else?
Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it.
If you look closely, bro, it's like Bruh. Well, fuck. How did we not find that before? Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene. Am I supposed to say that out loud? Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene? Huh? The pine tree? The dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree. When the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two women, this little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree.
Which means the blood on this dagger belongs to the victim, correct?
Ha! Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken my first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee. Didn't you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago? I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice.
In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately.
This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right.
Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately.
Found behind a tree in the Inner Temple Garden. The blood is being analyzed now. Great.
Now then, the testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible.
What is this, like the 5th one already? Cute girls never lie. Ever. You really gonna say that after this bitch tried to fucking but fucking poisoned you? Really? Really? Fucking Godot.
In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court.
About what, Your Honor?
About the incident you saw, the battle between the two women.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cat fight. I'm just kidding. Dude, fucking not Armando over here. The battle. Sounds like Yakuza.
Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff.
Bonk.
But then she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole her weapon. Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive with their back to the stone lantern.
Blood.
That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
That was a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
That seems reasonable. Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
All right. Time to rip this apart like a rag doll. Living in a movie. Stole her weapon, huh? Does it say if it has any fingerprints? It doesn't, all right? Wait, what? Wait a minute. Stabbed in the back, by the way. Wrong. Literally just wrong. Something about, you just isn't right today, Iris. Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Nani?
Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions.
What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony?
According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern, correct?
Yes, that's right.
But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right?
Yes, I think so. My walnut brain can't comprehend.
But according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to a blood loss from a stab wound in the back. This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt has sprouted from your testimony. Dumb bitch!
What? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
Ha! It's simple. Like coffee. People are like books. We've all got a front and a back. You get my drift?
Is that all you have to say?
Gulp. I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind. Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting being mother and daughter. And now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach.
There certainly are some inconsistencies.
Well, Iris, how about it?
Well, it's just...
If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? Gulp. There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee, but to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said?
Prosecutor Godot, explain yourself!
The witness was quite unambiguous about her own Oh my god. The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light.
Lights!
Gulp. By the way, did you know Hazakura has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is at the inner temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for.
Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly?
Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun's sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light the stone lantern. Impossible? It hadn't been used in a long time and the wick was no good. That's no good! In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all.
Most enlightening. Unlike that garden that was dark.
Yes, that illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Schreitz? No! Rip.
Order, order, order!
Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Maybe it will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. Was not lit the night. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot?
This lantern! There's something written on it!
Nani?
Why? It's written in blood!
Oh boy! So the judge didn't know about that yet. Written in blood.
It says Maya upside down!
What the?
Oh yes, that's right! After being cornered and stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her. With the blood that was draining out of her body!
Thanks for mentioning that now, Iris.
It certainly looks that way.
Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about?
What do you mean, what are we all talking about?
We're talking about the message written in blood. Nonsense. This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle. Could it be? He can't see the bloody writing at all?
And now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday.
My sight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Oh my god, can he not see, like, the color red? Is that what it is? Or blood for some reason? Because, yeah, wait a minute. Didn't he say something similar in the second case? When he was looking at the apron, he was like, what red spot? Oh my god, because I forgot he can't see the color red. So that's what he meant by that.
In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Godot, anything further? Mr. Godot.
Okay then, let's move on. Godot is literally shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from the caffeine overdose.
I believe it has now been established that Miss Donan was killed by Maya Fey.
I mean, established is a strong word, but yeah, let's go with that. That's just wrong! Now it's time to turn our attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something. You did something, didn't you? Gulp. Let's hear it. We're all ears. Wonder if that's gonna bite him in the ass. Guess we'll see.
After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Korean tradition. So I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple and... I used the shishisto to alter the way the wound looked. And then I defecated on it.
Oh, hot. That was the one. That was the one I was forgetting the outtake.
So you moved the body?
Yes, I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Fae clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Donan was actually Misty Fae. I've committed a terrible sin.
A terrible trick of fate.
I believe you're looking for twist of fate, Your Honor.
I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body, but...
You were spotted by the head nun, correct?
Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
Your story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with the cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Time to fuck shit up. Check the game real quick. All right, 14-14 at halftime. Pretty good game. Oh, did Bucker miss a field goal? Oh, yeah. Bucker missed a 50-yard field goal at the end of the first half. Rip. Pretty even game, though. Even time of possession, even first downs, even total yards, and an even score. We actually have like a good football game. Cool. Oh, did my shit? Okay, no. Mute song is still in process. That's probably going to take a while. Anyway. You called out. Why would you? Why did you do that?
Because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best... Oh.
I totally forgot to fucking bring the sound back. Sorry if the sound was off for a while. My bad. completely forgot to bring that back. Sorry about that, guys. That was probably a good, like, maybe 10 more minutes. Whoops.
I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene, idiot.
You moved her body all by yourself.
Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow.
The snow, huh? It's pretty amazing you could make it all the way across. That's a rickety old bridge.
Ooh, it's worse than it is. It's surprisingly sturdy despite its age.
It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple cold. But there's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into the Eagle River? It would have been much easier than dragging it all the way back, all the way to Hazakura Temple.
I thought that it would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. And that's why I tried to take the body as far away as possible.
Ha! Makes perfect sense to me. For the time being. Anyway, what did you have to do? The snowmobile? I knew that would show up sooner or later.
Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura Temple to Dusky Bridge.
This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details? Let me hear more about the snowmobile ride. The slow blowmobile. Oh my god.
Well, it was very cold that night, so I rode it all the way to the foot of the bridge.
Objection!
I'm sorry, witness, but now I've got a problem with your testimony.
Excuse me?
Gateau, what are you up to now? Welcome back, Big Mac. Good to see you. That night, after the head nun left the remainder of the training to you, she said she walked from the inner temple back to Hazakura Temple.
Yes, I'm fairly certain that's what the record indicates.
Let's recall her comments on the subject.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate, the snowmobile, I mean.
Ah. The snowmobile was in front of the main gates. This is one of those contradictions, wouldn't you say? Alright, so I guess Godot's on my side now? What the fuck?
Order! Mr. Godot! Well, why are you pointing out contradictions in the witness's testimony?
Let's just say I like things to be neat and tidy, okay?
Well, maybe Sister Bikini missed it. Yes, maybe she didn't see it.
You think she missed it? That doesn't sound right. Ha! Whatever. Even I don't think this is decisive enough to warrant any more time or effort. It's just, you better be careful in your testimony. That's all I wanted to say. A smart little cookie like you shouldn't have any trouble understanding that.
Yes, sir.
What was that all about? Why would Godot want to give me a hint? Okay. Oh. And then sorry, I thought that was like the end of that. Let's press on the other. I want to hear what about the tracks. If you really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right?
Well, yes, naturally you would expect tracks.
This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride?
Yes, I think they are.
But I can only see one set of tracks here.
I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hazakura Temple.
I see. Snow was still falling, huh?
And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped. That's why there are such fresh-looking tracks.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony?
When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I'd like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony.
But does it have something to do with the case?
All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record. Ha! This should be fun. My 13th cup. You. Let's get the snow business cleared up, shall we?
Yes, sir.
The snow had already stopped. That's not right at all.
Objection!
Oops. Maybe that is right. I think I kind of jumped the gun there. Shut up! There have been a lot of contradictions in your testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true?
Yes, I am.
When the murder happened, the snow had already stopped. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear.
That's right. I'm certain of it.
I think I've trapped her this time. I see how you think. Snow, huh?
What is going on here?
If the snow really had stopped by the time of the murder, it'd mean there's a bigger hole in her story than that movie, The Grid Revelations. Ha! Well then, Mr. Trite, perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us. Let's see what's up your sleeve. Or rather, at the end of your index finger. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Iris is trying to pin the murder on Maya. But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. Hold on. That's not right. Fucking Maurice Donan, get out of here. Isn't that just wrong though? I guess the murderer. That's not right though. Horrible sketch. Yikes. I'm assuming this is gonna be the same thing, right? Yeah. The Grid Revelations. I just did the same thing again. Whoops, sorry. I know it was literally just explained to me, but my brain's locking up again. Just give me a second. Maybe like 17. Just reload so I can get that back. Oh, this is literally like, okay. Why would she want to do that? Oh, maybe,
Objection!
no. I guess if the murder did take place at 11, then that is true.
Hold it!
I love that little question mark. Like, she's just like, what the fuck are these two grown-ass degenerates thinking of? I mean, it's gotta be this. Let's just press in some more stuff. I'm not seeing it. Is that what you were doing when Sister Bikini saw you?
Yes, that's right. She probably thought the worst.
Probably. More like definitely.
I see. So Sister Bikini mistakenly thought you were the one that murdered Miss Doden.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. It's my fault that this case has gotten so confusing.
Hold it!
Objection!
Okay. College testimony. Saw that. Maybe it's this one, not the other one, not the snow one. I don't know why I'm getting confused. I know it's obvious it's staring me in the face and I'm just not seeing it because my brain just likes to lock up, forget shit. Lantern. That was stupid. I'm gonna check on the game real quick. Oh, she's got a field goal. You're up 17 to 14. Slow blow mobile. The snow had already stopped. Let's just press everything. So you waited until everything was over before making a move.
No, it's not like that.
Objection!
She saw someone murdered right in front of her eyes. It's not surprising that she was a little timid.
Yes, I suppose that's true. Sometimes when I'm watching lawyers argue back and forth over each other, I feel so helpless that I just sit quietly and wait for them to reach a conclusion.
Isn't it your job as judge to mediate the argument?
It wasn't until Mystic Maya saw me that it finally dawned on me, on her what she had done.
Hold it!
So then you knew the significance of the name Maya Fey.
Yes, of course I did.
That's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position.
Anyway, she was a very special person indeed.
I think I already did this one, but... River... It's gotta be this one. It's either this one or the snowmobile. I'm gonna feel like an idiot, per usual, once I, Oh, wait. Oh, wait a minute. If the snow had already stopped at 10:50 and... Oh... She couldn't have crossed the bridge. Yeah, she couldn't have crossed the bridge then. Yeah. Idiot. That's what it was. Whoops. She literally could not have dragged it across the bridge because the bridge was on fire. Alright, that makes more sense. So it actually wasn't the one I was thinking of. Okay. You claim that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible.
Nani?
This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time.
Well, why do you say that?
Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire.
What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire?
You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
What? But it can't be.
It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney!
No!
Order, order, order! Hors d'oeuvre.
The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right, the inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body.
Witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying and I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Objection.
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Old man.
Me? How dare you?
Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now. Squat? The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right?
Yes, of course, but...
Whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise Donan was discovered in the Hazakura temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini. Witness Iris desecrating Elise Donan's body. He makes a good point, on both accounts.
That's right. I'm not lying.
What are you claiming this time?
I wasn't myself at all that night, so my memory is still somewhat hazy.
You have stood at the witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy?
Objection.
It is only human to err. If you're so perfect, Wright, maybe you could explain this for the courts. What is it? When the murder happened, the bridge had already burned down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick? Oh my god. Ugh! Well, not exactly, no. I know there must be some other way she got across that burnt out bridge. But unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth.
It looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation.
You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth. Ah! Are you actually joshing me? I think I might have... Oh, no. Dude, Larry wasn't lying. Larry wasn't lying for once.
All right, then. Witness, let's hear your testimony once more.
About what, Your Honor?
You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Will this be her final testimony? Find out next time. Just kidding. Right now. Moving the body.
Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that there was a way to cross a burning bridge?
I can't believe this. I cannot believe that we are actually about to present this as evidence.
So it was just a misunderstanding, I see.
This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident.
It certainly was burnt to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall.
Are you actually telling me? Okay, we'll get to this in a second.
Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition.
Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth, and Maya will be accused of murder. Trite, I'm only going to say it one more time. It is only human to err, and only humans can spot the errors of our ways. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes.
All right, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination.
Are you actually suggesting that... Hold on. Are you actually saying that they tied the body to that fucking wire and swung it across? Actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it. I guess I can't do that yet. Whoops. Fucking rip. Well, I don't see why there couldn't be a way across.
Mr. Wright, don't you think that sounds a bit silly? A dead body crossing a burning bridge. Did anyone actually witness such a thing?
Ha. If there was, I don't think you'd call someone like that a witness. Well, he was twice. After all, a dream isn't the same as actually seeing something. Oops, thinking before making an objection is the way to succeed. You are not wrong. Just look at me. I'm the worst example of that. Alright. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe we are actually submitting this. I have no faith in humanity anymore. Oh, Chiefs are starting to pull away a little bit. Bucker missed the extra point, though. What the fuck? Anyway. A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility.
What?
Ha! You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. I guess we should be thanking Larry, yeah, for once. Preposterous!
Who is it? Who is this witness?
I can't chicken out here. I've got to keep on the attack and go, go, go! Miss Elise Stoneham's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Laurie Stoneham! Brilliant, highly gifted.
Apprentice?
Remember what he said in his testimony? That was hard to do, by the way. That night he was at the Mountain Shack Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night.
Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument?
Uh-oh, the judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Ha! Well, Trite, there's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything? Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with a sketch? Upside down. Why did Godot say that?
All right, then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is the sketch trying to show?
I don't think old Whisker Face is going to forgive any more mistakes. All right, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. Look carefully and think it over. The sketch drawn by Laurice Donham is exactly what happened. Of course the victim was flying through the air. You can see it right there in the sketch. Whoosh!
You know, you're starting to remind me of yesterday's witness.
What? That was the last thing I wanted to hear. That fucking face, though.
Do you have any evidence that the victim flew through the air?
Just so you know, we haven't discovered a giant human catapult at the Inner Temple yet. God, that smoothie's fucking good. I wish they had. Gulp. Even if you are a lousy lawyer, at least you're one cup's worth of entertainment. I think we should skip the penalty this time. There must be some way, I just know it. There must be a way to use Slayer's sketch to show the truth of what happened.
All right, then. The witness will now return to her testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
That didn't really do anything, did it? Yes, but the snow had already stopped when the incident took place.
I couldn't have crossed the bridge naturally.
Oh!
But I think it's just like Mr. Godot said. The body did make it across somehow.
Yeah, I know. Can I present that? That really didn't accomplish anything, did it? But you seemed to be quite sure of yourself when you gave your testimony. You said you were sure that snow had already stopped.
I'm terribly sorry. I was wrong.
Does she really think an apology is going to get her off the hook? This is no joke. You're giving sworn testimony in a court of law.
Well, Mr. Wright, let me ask you a question. Do you remember what the weather was like 1 week ago today?
Huh? Well, naturally it was,
You see, it's not that easy to remember, is it?
But if it had been some kind of special day, I would have remembered. For example, it was pouring rain the day of my elementary school graduation.
Objection!
No one cares. Oh my god. No one wants to hear about your childhood traumas, Trite. Naughty? Fucking right. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. If you insist on obsessing over that one statement, let's see the proof. Show some evidence that the body somehow crossed the bridge while it was on fire. I mean, I did, though. I did. Oh, I guess I just have to do it again. Okay, that's weird. It all comes back to this.
I can't believe we're looking at this again.
I admit that I didn't really understand it before, but I get it now. That's why I believe the sketch shows the truth.
Very well. All right, then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is the sketch trying to show?
Let's see. But it is exactly what happened, unless it's a contradiction and she didn't fly, but she swung. Oh, what the fuck just happened? Oh, damn, son. Josh Allen with a 75-yard touchdown to Gabriel Davis. The difference maker, dude. 23-21. It's a shootout. I guess I'm not super surprised by that. What a close game. Anyway. I mean, it is exactly what happened, though. I guess, but maybe not, like, the way we thought. No, I guess it isn't exactly what happened, because if they had swung, then it would, yeah. Complete contradiction? Something is obviously funny about the sketch.
I'm no art critic, but even I could see that.
No, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Larice Stoneham stated it over and over. Oh, I forgot he was upside down. He was upside down, so he fucking saw it upside down. So it was swinging, but if you turn it upside down, it's swinging like a big honking penis. We got it. Okay, we're good. That sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it.
It contradicts reality?
Ha! This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to the finger-pointing thing again. Okay, Wright, so what exactly contradicts reality as we know it?
Take that!
That. It's this wire connected to the bridge.
The wire?
Ha! Is that the thing that contradicts reality? Mm-hmm. It is indeed. Then show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality. Duh, idiot.
Take that!
That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct?
Yes, now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. Oh my fucking god. But on the actual Dusky Bridge,
Jumpin' Jehoshaphat!
the wires are below the guard wires. What? Oh my god. I cannot believe it.
Order, order, order! This sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong?
But perhaps he just drew it wrong.
Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. With someone like Larice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question, why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Larice was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at Heavenly Hall, waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited, and finally he laid down. Yep. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Larice must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did.
He was lying on his back. I can't see how it relates.
But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down.
Oh!
No way. Larice Stoneham witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. Oh my god.
So then, the sketch should actually...
I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Larice Stoneham sketch is like this. Yep. This is how it should have actually looked. Holy shit. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right, just like a pendulum. Ridiculous. I love the spinning words.
Objection.
Of all the things to say, a pendulum? I said swinging penis, but that works too. The bridge was burning to a crisp. There's no way to get across. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And a pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Objection.
Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you'd have to plan ahead. The lightning strike that night can only have been an accident, so it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. Nani? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there.
In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had a rope on hand to create a pendulum?
Yep.
And the meaning of this is...
If you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard.
Oh! This is one of the wires from the bridge!
When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elise Stoneham's body. That looks more like just stabbing. Wow, dude. Because there was simply no other way to move the body. What a fucking gamble. Ah.
Mr. Godot!
Oh my god, he's...
It seems that Mr. Godot is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available were very high. So I suppose that it's not an impossibility after all.
Objection.
How is there still coffee in that cup? Possible or impossible, that's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Trite. I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum? Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in the front of the inner temple.
So then, that was the spot where the criminal...
Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, it would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point, because if it didn't, go into the fucking river.
Did you say drop?
Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank.
What? What makes you think something like that happens?
Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance.
What kind of evidence?
Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death.
10 feet, huh?
That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to the forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose.
That's...
Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal. It's the one that came off of Miss Elise Stoneham staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found.
Indeed. I believe it's already marked over on this overhead map. The crystal was found...
Oh! Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed. Oh my god. What the fucking fuck? Alright, so it's still 21, or still 23-21. Bills have the ball back. 12:49 left in the game. We got ourselves a good one. Looks like it's a good one there, Barry. Gabriel Davis is going off. The big deep threat. Alright, anyway.
This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. Mr. Wright!
I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Godot?
That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Shrites. But you forgot about one thing.
Oh, and what would that be?
The aroma. Nani? A coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffinese. Can you elaborate a bit more? If the criminal had sent the body to the other side, like you say, then naturally there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it.
An accomplice?
The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So, who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Shrite?
Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do.
Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice.
Very well, then. If you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple side?
Here we go, boys.
Take that!
It can only be you, Sister Iris.
Huh? But I
don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with their bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it.
Objection!
Shrite, were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty in the Inner Temple Garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath.
Objection!
I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim.
Strange indeed. It's almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time.
Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony?
mention what?
The pendulum, of course. Using the sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge, which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known.
No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum.
But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help, so you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with. Here we go, boys.
What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright?
What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying the witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple?
Objection!
Are you serious, Trite? You mean this woman is... Yep. There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand Her real name is motherfucking this bitch. I never thought I'd have to utter your name again, let alone see you. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Hawthorne?
Sister Iris had a twin sister. Really? No shit? Sister had a sister? Who would have fucking thunk? And you're looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless.
Ha, it's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh yes, I remember now. That case 5 years ago.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor is all mine.
No, the honor's all mine.
Fucking Pain. Getting like one still and that's it because he sucks. Big shout out to Winston Payne, aka the Rookie Killer, for being real shit at his job.
But according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month.
Do you remember what this whole thing's about, Gramps? So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom.
What? Order, order, order!
Wait a moment! How can you? My sister, she's already dead. What kind of?
Shut up! You of all people should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of the crane channeling technique flows within that body.
The crane channeling technique? Now, where have I heard that?
That's right, you're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spiriting spirit medium. You bitch. What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was? Well, if you're going to put things that way, then yes.
Objection.
We're supposed to believe a coincidence like this just happens? Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions.
What's that?
These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hazakura Temple. 2 of them. Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time.
That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris.
And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Objection.
Do you even know what you're saying, Trites? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plans that talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris. What? It fucking can't be. It literally can't be, though. calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the Inner Temple due to the lightning strike. Yeet! It was later that the body was moved by pendulum. That's right! Naturally, that would mean that the iris that received the body was the real iris. Are you with me so far? Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There they found Iris in a room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yes, I suppose. I can't deny any of that.
Whew, thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced.
Blush. But something still seems off. Way off! I'm still not convinced that the iris here is the same one from the other night. Ha! I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous. Go for it. Like the real iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switched places.
Switched places? To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial.
Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia, which means they must have switched places somewhere.
Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne?
Your Honor! I think there might have been one chance. It was Edgeworth. It was literally with Edgeworth. When the when the earthquake struck. The fucking hurricane, my bad. Hell yeah, hurricane, dude. I think there might have been one chance.
Oh, explain yourself!
Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised.
Well, who wasn't? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that?
I'm sorry, I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. The person who gave Iris the chance to freely move about was...
Take that!
Sorry, Edgeworth, I love you.
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it?
Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not?
An earthquake?
Fucking bikini.
Earthquake! Oh my goodness, the Inner Temple! This kind of tremor might...
Rip. How could I have? She fled. She escaped. Yep. We went to the Inner Temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the trading hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. Yep, that's why it seemed off.
That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here, no judge in his right mind but...
Be quiet.
Yep. Here we go.
It's been a long time, Mr. Judge.
Oh, that voice.
Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. God, I hate her theme.
Dahlia Hawthorne, and my current profession, permanently retired.
Ha! So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh?
Why should I? After all, I'm dead.
Oh my god, I don't like that face one bit.
There's really nothing you could do to punish me.
What is going on here?
This fucking bitch shitposting while dead. Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again, and I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it. For her and for myself. Because god damn it, I need this fucking release. Off my chest. Alright. It is time to get into the next thing. We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going until we hit that 3-hour mark. Because this is definitely not the end, but I think there's one more thing after this next section, I think. Could be totally wrong again, but I'm pretty sure. Keeping a close eye on the game. It's very close. The Bills are down by 5 points, and they're currently at the 43-yard line. If they can get a first down, they'll be close to the close to midfield. And if they get a touchdown, they could take the lead without a extra point. But if they get a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion, then they can actually take a 3-point lead. Anyway.
Now then, let's continue where we left off, shall we? Well, witness.
Yes, how can I help you, Mr. Judge?
Well, it seems that if we're to learn the truth, we'll need to hear your testimony.
I have no problem with that. But when you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown.
I hate that face, dude. That's the worst face.
In any case, let's hear your testimony. Tell us about the plan that was carried out that night. The plan.
Oh, God.
The whole plan began with my death. A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. Before it to work, Maya Fay would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway.
So that means you...
Wait a minute! Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Fay?
Yes, you have a problem with that?
Don't give us that nonsense. There's no way that... Watch yourself, Trite. If you got a problem, solve it during cross-examination. That's one of my rules.
Mr. Godot is correct. And by the way, that's one of my rules as well.
To kill Maya? Could it be true? What do you fucking think? The whole fucking point? You think the plan was a success?
You heard me. Just as that woman had hoped, Maya Fay is dead. Now the title of the master will pass on to Pearl Fay.
Objection!
That's absurd. Maya's just... She's just trapped. Trapped inside the sacred cavern. You fucking... Are you stupid? Really? Really? Are you... Phoenix, you literally just figured out that... I love this pose, by the way. Really? Really? You just figured out that she's being channeled. Who in that temple could have channeled her? And Pearl is not one of them, because she tried to. You fucking dense human.
You're as foolishly optimistic as ever, aren't you, my darling Feeny?
Oh no.
Do you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I've despised you. Your sniveling naivety and your pathetic faith in other people.
I can't believe it. She meant to kill Maya. Gotta keep a cool head. And I need to get more information out of her. It's the only way to understand this plan and what she was after as well. You were executed last month, correct?
Yes, I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant.
How did you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk with Morgan Fay?
Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me.
How convenient.
Since I was on death row and she was my mother, it was actually pretty easy to meet with her.
I see. So that's when you discussed the plan.
Ha! Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well. Even though I'm her own daughter.
All to make Pearl Fay the master of Crank. God, Morgan is a one crazy bitch.
She's a cold, twisted woman. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister, Misty, took her place as the master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan.
A plan, huh?
You're talking about Pearl Fay, is that correct? Who's probably watching this right now, by the way. Yikes! That's a big yikes.
Yes, though at first she had high hopes for the two of us.
You and your twin sister, Iris.
That's correct. Fortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her, along with our father.
Abandoned?
The only person I ever really cared about in life was myself. My sister was a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her at an old temple.
Oh my fucking god. You do not give. You are just. Is this girl really a hammerlock? Because she's literally cold as ice. You mean Iris?
Yes, my father remarried a woman who was also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around, right? And on top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general.
How horrible.
The really horrible one was that woman, that bitter, vengeful woman. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child, Pearl Fay. She was born with an abundance of spiritual power, unfortunately for her. Morgan Fay heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams onto that poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline become the main family.
What a whore. Maya would have to die? But why?
For our bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Pearl the new master, the remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of.
Objection!
But Pearls would never agree to a plan like that. She adores Maya.
How sad. You still don't get it, do you? What Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of the master. That's all.
That's ridiculous.
She was willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter, and naturally the life of Maya Fay as well.
How could anyone do that? Oh, you'd be surprised. You? You were going to kill Maya?
Pearl didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was to follow the instructions in the letter and channel me. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. In any case, I'm already dead, and there's nothing any of you could do to me.
So the plan was to blame the crime on the younger twin, on Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple.
She and I look absolutely identical. No one could tell us apart. If someone were to witness me killing Maya, naturally they would think it was Iris that had done it.
And the witness in this case was the head nun, Sister Bikini.
I never would have guessed she was going to return to Hazakura Temple that night. But she wound up seeing Iris's crime anyway.
But why did you want to pin the murder on Iris in the first place? She's your twin sister, isn't she?
Nothing but baggage. Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her.
Backstabber? Damn.
You just don't understand. You never will. Anyway.
I just want to know one thing. Why did you personally think of Morgan Fay's, what did you personally think of Morgan Fay's plan?
I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of.
If that's how you feel, why did you help her carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya?
You may not understand it, being the kind and gentle soul that you are. You may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that.
So then tell me.
Tell me why did you stab her in the back? Tell me why you're such a cold-hearted bitch. Tell me why. Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I only act in my own self-interest. The reason I helped her was for myself. For my own personal satisfaction.
What did you say? So this woman, Dahlia Hawthorne, she had her own reason for wanting Maya dead?
Hold it!
Obviously, it's because you were helping Morgan Fay. You fuck...
Helping? Don't make me laugh. From the day I was born to the day I died, I never helped anyone. I lived for myself, and in the end, I died for myself. I thought that was obvious.
So she wasn't actually cooperating with Morgan. She was just using Morgan in her plan so she could accomplish her own goal.
All I wanted to do was kill Maya Fey. That was the only way I could think of to get revenge.
Revenge. It looks like I have no choice but to present that piece of evidence. I can't believe it. Okay. That?
Objection!
It's not that. Shit. Bitch.
Hold it!
I did this, but... Oh, yeah.
Objection!
Duh. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. It's because of Mia. She wanted to kill her sister. That was a waste of a good, like, bar. Alright, it is the 2-minute warning. The Bills have a 4th and 13. They still have all 3 timeouts. So they could, in theory, this is in theory, get a field goal here. And then they would have to give the ball back to KC. Or they could be really fucking ballsy and go for it for a touchdown. If they get a touchdown, they take the lead automatically. Ooh, this is really close. This is really, really close, guys. Really, really close. I'll check back on this in a minute. Oops. All right. Well, let me actually really quickly check on the YouTube VOD too. Nope, still going. It's probably gonna take a while. I don't think I don't think the Rhythm Games with Mom Part 5 is gonna be up on YouTube tonight. Maybe tomorrow though. Could it be that your actual goal had nothing to do with Maya Fey herself?
As I said, none of you have the power to punish me anymore, because I'm already dead. Well, I had the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead, and you can't take revenge against them either.
You wanted to take revenge on someone?
I was sentenced to die because of that woman. Mia Fey.
I somehow knew this was it.
I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation. I wanted her to feel the same pain she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up.
And the reason it was impossible was it perhaps because Mia Fey had already died?
Yes, and I realized there's only one way to take revenge against the dead.
And how do you do that?
Even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever.
Just like Jack and Toast in the Borderlands.
I wanted to take away the person that Mia Fey loved most. I wanted to kill her with my own hands. That would be the one and only way I could take my revenge against Mia Fey. That was the reason I helped out with that woman's plans.
Just for that? For that you would kill Maya? Your goal was no different than that of Morgan Fey. Intense.
As they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. What a cruel plan. Cruel, cold, and heartless.
Don't waste your time preaching to the dead. I've already told you there's not a thing you can do to me. Grr. That night, at about 9:30 p.m., I materialized into this world. I quickly pinned my hair up and put on a demon warning hood. Then I picked up the staff that was by my side and left Hazakura Temple. So, it was Elise Donham who channeled her after all. No. That ridiculous head nun never noticed a thing. She left Maya Fey at the inner temple and wobbled back, clutching her poor back. Poor old back.
What did you do then?
That kid was easier to handle than I'd hoped. I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Then I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom and...
Oh my god, that face. Yeah, that's not correct, though. So then you're saying you stabbed Maya!
It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that.
What does that mean? No clear memory?
I don't know. I think I was stabbed.
You were stabbed?
At the last minute, Maya Fey must have stabbed me. I'm sure of it.
That's not like her at all. Maya wouldn't stab a French fry with a plastic fork.
If you're a terrorist, you would do that, and she's not one of those.
I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Well, let me take a look at the, Oh! The Bills got a touchdown! And the 2-point conversion! What? On a 4th and 13? Wow, that's some Justin Herbert level shit right there.
Anyway, I suddenly lost consciousness, but before I did, I scrawled her name on that lantern. Just as I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back. I had hoped it would cast suspicion on her.
I can't believe she was thinking of that until the bitter end.
That's where my memory temporarily stops.
It stops?
I don't have any memory of actually killing Maya Fey with my own 2 hands. My very last memory was Maya's terror-filled eyes. When I woke up after that, I was in the sacred cavern surrounded by darkness.
You were in the sacred cavern?
The entrance was sealed with one of those trick locks. Somehow I had been trapped in there.
But how did you wind up in there?
I'd like to know that myself. Anyways, I was worried. I didn't know whether or not Maya Fey was dead, and I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew I'd killed her myself.
For a ghost, you're one tough cookie.
I wanted to get out of there and make sure she was dead. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out.
The trick lock stopped you, huh?
I didn't know how to remove it.
So then you're saying you were actually confined against your will inside the sacred cavern.
Yes, I wanted to get rid of the annoying lock as soon as possible. But it wasn't easy. I kept getting interrupted while I was working on it.
Interrupted?
It was early in the morning, but someone came to the training hall.
Nani? Who?
Could it have been Maya?
I thought the same thing, but I couldn't see.
Why not?
If someone had spotted me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge. So I made sure to hide myself well at the back of the sacred cavern.
That morning, only 2 people could have gone to the training hall. Maya and Pearls. Pearls went there to cover the hanging scroll in gravy. Yeah, gravely roast.
Still, I finally managed to remove the lock. But I was too late.
What do you mean by that?
The flies had already started to gather.
The bridge had been fixed and the police had started their investigation, correct?
Naturally, I couldn't go out, so instead, I returned to the cavern and put the look back on myself. I realized I wouldn't get a chance to see Maya's corpse as I had hoped. But just then, Lady Luck showed up.
Lady Luck!
After that big earthquake, she showed up all by herself.
Yep. The real Iris?
She said she'd come to make sure the sacred cavern was all right. Stupid girl. I came out from the sacred cavern and got a feel for the situation. And I locked her away in my place.
Bitch. So right now, Iris is stuck in the sacred cavern?
I had finally learned exactly what had happened. It was then that I learned that the plan had actually succeeded.
What do you mean your plan had succeeded?
I had misunderstood one thing, you see. That night, the one that had summoned me, I had assumed that it was Pearl Faye.
Well, of course you would have assumed that. It was written in the instructions.
But I was wrong. The person that had actually called my spirit back was... Misty Faye, the picture book author.
Oh, I guess Remy really was her.
What?
Well, that's really the only possibility, isn't it? After I lost consciousness in the garden, it was her body that was left lying there.
Huh.
Oh! The Chiefs got a 64-yard touchdown! Are you kidding me with this? What is happening? How did the Bills give up a 64-yard touchdown to Tyreek Hill with a minute left to go? What the fuck?
Alright, well, this one was a shootout. Alright, well, it's up to the Bills once again. Both teams still have 3 timeouts. Holy crap. It's a damn shame I'm not watching that game, but I got something more important to do.
Maya Faye, I wasn't able to kill her with my own hands after all. But even so, I made her commit the most vile sin a human can commit.
And that is
Killing her mom.
Match aside, the sin of killing her own mother.
No way! Oh boy.
Order in the court! What is the meaning of this?
It's true that I was the one who attacked Maya Faye, but even so, the murderer who actually snuffed out Misty Faye's life was none other than your darling little Maya!
Ridiculous! That's nonsense!
Are you sure about that? Just think about it. There's even evidence supporting these facts, isn't there?
What do you mean? What is this so-called evidence?
The fact that Maya Faye has disappeared is evidence enough, isn't it?
Nani?
The idea that she's still in the sacred cavern is just ridiculous. Yeah, it's because she's standing right in front of me, forehead. She wasn't able to escape from the inner temple. That much is obvious. In that case, there was only one place she could be.
Where?
Do I have to spell it out? The bottom of Eagle River. Where else?
Eagle River. Living in a van down by the river.
Maya Fey killed her long-lost mother. Can you imagine the guilt she must have felt when she realized that? That's why she threw herself into the Eagle River. Most bodies that wind up in there are lost forever.
Bullshit. She would not commit suicide. Oh my god, dude, the Bills are driving.
God, Gabriel Davis is going off, dude. 7 for 182 and 3
Touchdowns? Oh my god. Fuck Stephon Diggs, dude. It's all about Gabriel Davis. Oh my god. What a game. I can't watch. I'm just like reading the game cast, which is it's just a text. Mostly. What a fucking game, dude. Oop, shit. Minimize, not that. There we go.
So, what do you have to say now, Feeny?
Oh, oh my god, dude. What the fuck? Oops. Sorry, that's my phone. What kind of ringtone is that, dude? It's Godot's theme. Godot here. Okay, thanks.
Was it something important?
They just finished removing the locks from the sacred cavern. That's great! What about Maya? There was a woman in the cave.
Was it Maya Fey?
It was the accused, Sister Iris. Huh?
Don't look so surprised. I locked her in there just yesterday. I just finished telling you that.
So, what about Maya?
How have you not figured it out yet, dude?
Where is she? There was no one else found inside the sacred cavern.
No.
It can't be. Phoenix, you are so dense.
I told you, didn't I? She's dead.
No. No!
Phoenix, are you after all you've been through, you're really gonna draw a motherfucking mind? The Bills scored a touchdown! Gabriel Davis again! What is happening? Gabriel Davis is having like one of the best games the receivers ever had.
Are you kidding me? I have to like rewatch this game later if I can on like my app or something. With 13 seconds left. That's plenty of time. I mean, fuck, the Chiefs scored a goddamn, what was a 64-yard touchdown last drive. They can do it. So how the hell has Gabriel Davis been uncovered this entire game? 201 yards and 4 touchdowns and 8 catches. He's averaging 25 yards a catch. Oh my god. All right, anyway.
It seems that this case has come to an end. A tragic end.
No, it hasn't.
Sadly, it appears the killer of Elise Stoneham, also known as Misty Fey, was her own daughter, Maya Fey.
No, I don't believe that for a second.
Overcome with guilt for what she had done, Maya Fey jumped to her death in the raging waters of the Eagle River.
It can't be. Ha. Gulp. Trite. Have you ever heard this one? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. No matter how improbable it may seem.
What is that supposed to be, Prosecutor Godot?
According to this witness, Maya Fey threw herself into the Eagle River. However, is that really the truth? Remember, this woman testified earlier that the bridge was already on fire when the murder was taking place in the garden. Which means if Maya had thrown herself into the river, it must have been from the inner temple side near the bridge.
That's right. That's where she jumped from.
But that's impossible. It's impossible to jump into the river from there. What? Don't get your panties all twisted up, trite. Just relax and think through the whole thing again. So it's impossible? Maya couldn't have thrown herself into Eagle River?
Well, Mr. Wright, Miss Hawthorne claims Miss Fey threw herself into the river from the inner temple's side. Do you have any evidence that refutes this claim?
Oh yeah, you can't. You literally can't.
Take that!
It's impossible to jump into the Eagle River from the inner temple side. No one knows that better than this witness.
What did you say?
11 years ago, you jumped into the very same river. Just take a look at this overhead map. Yep. As you can see, below the cliff on the inner temple side is a big rock shelf.
You're right.
She wouldn't have reached the river if she had jumped off from there. In other words, if she had jumped, we should be able to see her body in this photo. Oh my god, we actually got like an iris face, not a Dahlia face. Ha! So you finally figured it out.
No!
Sorry, I'm keeping a really close eye on this game. She's just got a big play. 19 yards to Hill. It seems like Hill and Gabriel Davis are uncoverable right now. Dude, total yards. 452 and 422. Oh my god. Almost 1,000 total yards. Allen's going off. Mahomes is going off. All right, see what happens. 8 seconds left. Kansas City's on the 44. They need to get at least another 20 to 30 yards to make it a manageable field goal, and they basically have one play to do that because they have another timeout. 8 seconds. They can get one play into that range and then call a timeout quickly. And then if it's not in range, they're just going to have to heave it to the end zone.
Order!
You're just playing with me. Maya Fey's body's at the bottom of the Eagle River. There's nowhere else she could possibly be hiding.
Miss Hawthorne. Have you ever heard this one before? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth.
Yes, just a few minutes ago.
Maya Fey wasn't inside the sacred cavern. We now know that she didn't throw herself into the Eagle River. Correct. That eliminates all the most likely possibilities. Now, although it seems improbable, there's still one other place she could be.
What? What is this one possibility you are talking about?
That's obviously a bluff. So where is her dead body then?
Finally, I think the pieces are falling into place. Normally the living have no way to punish the dead, but I think there is a way to give Dahlia Hawthorne the ultimate punishment. Shall I tell you, Miss Hawthorne? Shall I tell you where Maya is this very instant? Maya Fey is... There is only one possibility left, and I can't believe you didn't figure this out until just now, Phoenix. Namely, she's right here in this very courtroom.
What?
Maya Fey is here.
You say she's here in my courtroom?
Take a look.
They got the field goal! Oh!
out of 25 yards to Kelsey? How do they give that up? Oh my god. Oh my god. This looks like it's one of the most wild games of the year, dude. It is going into overtime for Bills and Chiefs. Are you kidding me right now? There's no defense being played. Dahlia Hawthorne. I seem to recall that you said I had misunderstood one thing, you see. What are you, Yoda?
So what?
But I think there's one more thing you misunderstood.
What do you mean?
Tell me something. At this very moment, who is channeling Dahlia Hawthorne? Oh my god, he's finally putting into place. I figured that out yesterday when she was like, she hated his guts. I'm like, that's not Irish.
Why, that's obvious. It's Pearl Faye, that pathetic little sniveling runt.
You're wrong. Pearl's tried, but she couldn't do it.
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened.
Isn't there any explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
I think that's when I was like, oh, okay, yep.
Someone called me before Pearl did, but who?
Pearl's even tried again on the day after the crime, but she couldn't do it. What could that mean? I think the truth is becoming clearer to you right about now. Am I correct?
Ah!
It wasn't Pearls that channeled you. There was someone who called you before she could.
Take that!
Yeet! Welcome to your hell. This is an easy one. Pearls couldn't do it. And Misty Faye is gone. There's only one possibility left.
Come on already! I can't stand the tension!
Dahlia Hawthorne, the person channeling you right now must be Maya Faye!
What?
Uh-huh.
But how could that be? Remember what this witness Dahlia Hawthorne said about her goal?
She said that her goal was to kill Maya Faye.
Yes, that's right. But if Maya channeled the spirit of someone that was trying to kill her...
Ha! Well, Gramps, what would happen?
Could it be?
It looks like you finally understand, Your Honor.
Well, I don't. What are you going on about?
What I'm going on about is the reason Maya channeled you. And there's only one reason. To protect herself from you.
To protect herself from me?
Yes. On the night of the crime, you were only interested in one thing. Killing Maya Faye. The path back to Hazakura was closed off and there was nowhere for her to run. So then the problem became, where would be the safest place to hide?
You mean that's when she channeled me?
All this time you thought you had been channeled by Pearls. That's why it never occurred to you that Maya's hiding place was you!
No, don't say that.
Oh my god. I like this face.
You're saying that I, Dahlia Hawthorne, was played for a fool by that little whelp? Maya Faye killed herself, isn't it obvious?
Uh-uh. Sorry, but no. It would have been impossible for her to jump into the Eagle River. This was the only avenue of escape open to Maya. The only way that Maya could disappear from the inner temple.
I don't believe you. A stupid little girl like that who has never been out in the real world. She could never come up with a plan like that. Who could have ever given her such a brilliant idea?
Well,
Me, of course.
Mia! She's back! And she's back for revenge. It's time. It's time for Dahlia to meet her maker.
Mia Faye! It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne.
So it's true. It was you.
Yes.
Ha! You're something else.
But what are you doing here?
That hair. It's Pearl's, right?
Tell me something, Dahlia. I want you to think back to that night one more time. You had just cornered Maya in the inner temple's garden, and then, in the final moments of the fight, you lost consciousness.
It's true.
I was stabbed by Maya Fey! Actually, Maya lost consciousness at the same time as you.
She did?
Not terribly surprising since she was about to be killed.
When she woke up, she was in the training hall. That's when Maya decided she needed help, so she channeled me. She explained in a memo the situation she was in. She asked me what I thought she should do.
This face is great.
She did that? I can't believe it! Of course, I didn't have all the details, but one thing was perfectly clear.
And that was?
I knew that you couldn't be allowed to wander free.
Free? What do you mean?
It was a race against time, so I wrote down 2 things that Maya had to do. Channel Dahlia Hawthorne as soon as possible, and lock herself in the sacred cavern until help arrives.
Her face is that she's like, are you serious right now?
What the fuck?
So it was Maya who put the lock on there.
Yes, but why did you order her to do those 2 things?
If she hadn't done it, Dahlia Hawthorne would have been channeled by someone else. By one Pearl Fey.
Pearls?
Yes, Pearl didn't properly understand the plan, so all she was trying to do was follow her mother, Morgan Fey's instructions. If she had succeeded in channeling Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit, things would have turned out very badly, to put it mildly.
So that's how it was. Dahlia Hawthorne would have used the body of Pearl Fey to kill Maya at all costs.
Yes, it certainly sounds like that was the intent all along.
How dare you! I won't forget this!
Why not just admit it, Dahlia Hawthorne? Your little plan was nothing but a big failure.
Yes, another failure to add to the pile of shame, wouldn't you say? What do you mean by another?
Think about it, Dahlia. Remember all your past crimes? Not a single one of them was a success. They all ended in failure.
What? How dare you?
11 years ago, Rip Terry and Valerie, both of them did not, they were kind of assholes, but they did not deserve to die. Oh boy, Chiefs are moving down the field at frightening speed. Bills' defense needs to step up right now or this game is over. Uh-oh. They're on the 8-yard line. A reminder, if the Chiefs get a touchdown, this game is over. And what a waste of one of Allen's best games. Uh-oh, Bills fans. I'm not a Bills fan, but yeah, this game has not been played by defense. Oh boy. I'll check back in a second. The fake kidnapping, your very first crime. Yeet! Splash. You got your hands on a $2 million diamond, but after Terry Falls escaped and went to meet with Valerie Hawthorne, the truth was exposed.
Shut your mouth! That wasn't my fault! It was because of that stupid oaf of a prisoner and that weakling of a policewoman.
And then 1 year later, you tried to kill me. Well, I'm still alive, but yep, that guy died. Rip him. You wound up killing someone else. Just a cold-hearted murderer. As a result, you were sentenced to death. Yeah, you kind of suck. Loser. You're a loser. It's one stupid move after another for you, but it's no longer funny.
You wipe that smug, happy-go-lucky smile off your face!
And now this. You've messed up again. You let Maya Fey escape, even though she was right there in front of you.
Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Mia Fey! You spinster!
The fuck does that mean?
I was supposed to kill Maya Fey like I swore I would. And if only you had gotten the spiky-eared jerk the guilty verdict, I would have been hanged to death. True. But I think you finally understand, Dahlia Hawthorne. You will never defeat me. What? What did you say? Whether you're alive, dead, or somewhere in between, you will never defeat me. As long as I'm around, you're destined to lose for all of eternity.
I remember what you said earlier in the trial. You said there was no way we could punish you because you were already dead.
What about it?
Then you said, even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever.
That's very true, Dahlia. And that's exactly the punishment you'll never be able to escape from. For all of eternity, you'll have to remain as Dahlia Hawthorne, a miserable, pathetic, weak creature who can never win at anything. And for you, there is no escape from that, no hope of freedom. Since the day you were executed, the narrow bridge that once stretched out in front of you has burnt to a crisp. You're wrong. It can't be. How could I lose to the likes of you?
It no longer matters. I don't care whether you win or lose anymore. The only thing I want is for you to come out of Maya's body right now! Oh my god, that's horrifying. Holy shit, that's pretty rad.
I'm not ready to go.
Well, too bad! That was like some Castlevania shit right there. Oh! Magatama! Holy shit. Oh, hi.
Nick. Sis.
Bonk. Yep. Yikes! Alright.
Now then, I assume you are the real Iris?
Yes, I was just rescued from the sacred cavern.
I must say you and your twin sister are indeed identical from what I can see. Same character model, don't worry about it.
Alright, let me see if the Chiefs won. Yep. The Chiefs won the game. A wasted effort from Josh Allen throwing 4 touchdowns to Gabriel Davis, and the Chiefs, once again... Hey, the first game that didn't end on a field goal. Wow, what a game, dude. Poor Bills, man. Once again, the Chiefs. Well, congrats to the Chiefs. So it's fucking, oh my god, it's Chiefs Bengals again. And then Rams Niners again. Wow, dude. What a wild, oh yeah, video's still, processing and all that. What a wild fucking finish to these games. Anyway.
In any case, it appears that everything has finally been cleared up. Mr. Godot, what happened to Dahlia Hawthorne?
If you ask me, Your Honor, it looks like she went back to the hell she came from.
It seems that Misty Faye wasn't the only victim in this crime. Maya Faye, as well as the young Pearl Faye, were also victims of this wicked and selfish plan.
Yes, Your Honor.
The tragedy of Medium Valley has finally come to an end, it seems. It would be best for everyone if no further attempt was made to channel that spirit again.
Your Honor,
Yes, what is it?
about this whole spirit medium thing, it's almost weird how comfortable you seem to be with the concept now.
Well, to be frank, my younger brother is quite judgmental. He often criticizes me for not studying hard enough. That's why I made a concerted effort to study up on the Crane channeling technique.
Hey, isn't that the New Year's issue of Occults?
I've seen quite a few things in my many years on the bench. And in all that time, I finally learned this one thing. Each case is different and takes place in its own world, if you will. In order to fully understand that world, first we have to immerse ourselves in it completely. And that's where my brother and I used to differ.
Never thought of it that way.
At any rate, it's time to pass judgment in the case of Iris of Hazakura Temple.
Objection.
I was gonna say, we never figured out who actually killed her, though, right? Because it wasn't Maya. Or at least I don't think it was Maya. You're a little too fast with that gavel, Your Honor.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Godot?
This trial, it isn't over yet. That's what he means.
What? Right. Remember what Miss Evil Spirit said in her testimony? Huh? Dahlia's testimony?
I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Then I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom and... It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. I think I was stabbed.
Yep, we gotta figure out who stabbed her.
Just as Dahlia Hawthorne was about to attack Maya, she was stabbed and killed by someone.
Yes, that's right.
The person that was ultimately killed was the spirit medium that channeled Dahlia. At least Stonem, no, Misty Faye. But who killed her? We still don't know who did it. This isn't over? Oh, it sure isn't. That's why I said we're not finishing this tonight. Because I remembered that there was a second part to this. I guess technically a third. Unless someone else is found guilty, the accused is still on trial. We can't let her walk until there is evidence that proves her innocence. No way!
But this court isn't prepared for any further testimony.
The prosecution is ready to call our final witness.
Final witness?
This one will clear up the whole mystery. The mystery of who killed Misty Faye.
Indeed.
Is it really all right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Of course it's all right, Madame Attorney.
Very well then. Who is this final witness?
Ha! Isn't it obvious? There's one person who saw the whole event and will put the final dagger in the case.
Someone who saw the murder take place.
The very person who saw her mother killed in front of her own eyes. You mean Maya? She can't testify after what she's just been through? It doesn't matter, baby. We need to find the truth. The prosecution calls Maya Faye to the witness stand.
Very well, but first we'll take a brief recess. We'll have to wait for Miss Faye to recover before summoning her. Once we receive the doctor's permission, we will proceed with the trial.
Hey, Wright, I've got something to say to you, so listen up. What is it? I don't think much of you as a lawyer. It's always the same with you. You somehow manage to just squeak by without even a faint understanding of the case. Some beautiful woman always seems to come dashing in at the last minute to save you. You've got some nerve! But that's not going to happen this time. This time, you're going to have to do this by yourself.
That's enough. This court is now at recess.
To be continued? Or maybe not? Alright.
I'm truly sorry about everything. You were working so hard to defend me. But I was missing all day, and we didn't even have a chance to talk.
She's right. When I met Iris at the training hall yesterday, they had already switched places, and Iris was inside the sacred cavern. Is she gonna fucking simp on me or something?
Simp on me.
What a wild weekend for football, dude. All right. Anyway, I'll stop looking at football shit. We got to finish. Not finish, but finish this section up.
I wanted to at least be in the defendant's box today to root you on.
Well, it wasn't your fault. You were locked up this whole time. There's something more important than that, though. I have to ask you. Why did you help your sister out as much as you did?
Huh?
If you had tried to get help at the Sacred Cavern yesterday, you wouldn't have spent an entire day locked up in there.
My sister, I felt sorry for her. She was abandoned by her mother and never got any love from her father either.
Yes, but it was the same for you too, wasn't it?
Yes, but at least I had Sister Bikini, who was like a mother to me.
Fucking Bikini.
If only Dahlia had come with me to Hazakura Temple. I always loved her. Dahlia was always so smart, so strong. She never complained about a thing.
Yeah, because she was manipulating everybody.
That's why I promised her that I would help her.
Are you talking about the fake kidnapping case 11 years ago?
Yes, I wanted to be useful to her in some way.
Sad fucking music, dude.
But as usual, I was too cowardly, and at the last minute I ran away. Because of that, Dahlia's stepsister Valerie ended up...
Yeah, Terry. Sorry, Terry. That was the case that wounded Mia so badly.
But things didn't end there, of course. Some people suspected that my sister was involved in the murder.
Some people? You must mean...
Yes, 2 defense attorneys, Mia Fey and Diego Armando. After poisoning Mr. Armando, who was getting too close to learning the truth, Dahlia even tried to kill the person who had unknowingly hid the poison from her. You.
That's right. Iris, there's one more thing that I have to ask you.
Yes, what is it?
On the night of the murder, the person that cleaned up the corpse of the victim, Elise Stoneham, was it really you?
Yes, it was me. That night, after I rang the lights out bell, I went back to my room. At around...
Jesus Christ.
At around 10:30, I received a call on my cell phone. It's very loud. There's a problem. Come to the inner temple right away. I got on the snowmobile and headed for the inner temple, but...
Yep. The path to the inner temple was cut off, right?
Exactly.
God damn it.
We can't just leave the body here. So you've got to do this exactly as I say. Got it?
Yep. Fucking yeet.
It was me. I was the one that received her body. The murder weapon had been left in her body so she wouldn't bleed too much.
Oh, that's what that was.
The staff that Mystic Elise always held.
I knew it. So the actual murder weapon was the staff.
Yes, that's right. I brought the body back to Hazakura Temple on the snowmobile.
Yep. But why? Why did you alter the body?
I didn't want anyone to know that the staff was the murder weapon. I didn't want to leave anything that would lead back to Misty Faye. So I dressed her in a robe and stabbed her with the shishisto. I wiped the blood off the staff's blade and I left it next to her on the ground.
Iris, just tell me one last thing. I've said that like 4 times. Tell me the names of the person that called your cell phone the real killer.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I can't do it. I can't say who did it.
I see. Okay. Defendant!
Yes?
The judge is calling you. He wants you to see you in his chambers. Remastered, by the way. He has some questions about Dahlia Hawthorne.
All right. Well then, I'll see you later. There's something I want to tell you.
Oh, okay. Something she wants to tell me. She gives me the bedroom eyes and blushes. So it's true. Iris cooperated with the real killer. Maybe even from the very beginning.
Phoenix.
Sup? Mia! How is Maya doing?
Physically, I'm not worried. She'll recover completely. But emotionally, she's been hurt very badly by this case.
Yeah, no shit. I see. You don't mean she's learned who Elise Stoneham really was?
Yes. I went to the medical office and talked with her. I told her everything I knew.
But why?
Maya is stronger than you think. I knew she could take it. All of it.
What do you mean by that?
I want you to figure that answer out by yourself. The trial is about to restart.
Not right now, but yeah.
The real killer. Do you know who it is yet?
Iris wouldn't tell me who called her, but still, I think that just maybe I know who it was. Yeah, gee, who could it be? That night, the victim was killed in the garden of the Inner Temple, and the criminal wasn't just there by accident, which means that the killer knew of Dahlia's plan from the very beginning.
And one more thing. The victim was moved to the Hazakura Temple side by pendulum. In other words, the criminal couldn't cross the bridge. That means they were stuck on the Inner Temple side for almost an entire day.
Exactly. So the culprit was someone that wasn't in Hazakura Temple the following day.
That's as much help as I can give you. The rest of the battle is yours to win. Or lose.
Okay, I've got it. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, waifu. Finally, it's almost time to bring this case to an end. What exactly did Maya see anyway? And who was it that actually killed Misty Faye? I mean, it's pretty obvious, but you know. Whoever it was, I have to prove it. Me. All by myself. But not yet. The finale. The finale of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy is next Sunday. I cannot believe we're finally at the end of this. Or, you know, getting really close. But yes, next Sunday we will finish up Trials and Tribulations. And we will finish this trilogy. I actually want to see, real quick, when was the first video? Now, granted, I kind of forgot. I'll be 100% honest. I completely forgot until Supa told me that I had actually played this before my my break. So I did start this, and I think I got to the final case of the first game. Or sorry, case 4 of the first game, and just completely forgot. So I had played this before, but then I restarted it on my restart. So let me actually go back and let's go to playlists, because this will pretty much tell me, I think everything. Oh, I should probably go to info, actually. I just want to check this before we end. Go all the way back. Oh, I can probably just search. Oh, let's see. Show all. Here we go. We started this May 2nd of 2021. Now, granted, like like I said, I've only been doing this, once a week. So you can kind of, gauge that how you will. And I think did I take a break in between it at some point? Yeah, I took a break in between the 10th of October to the 7th of November. I don't remember why. I think maybe for like Thanksgiving and shit. So there's that as well. Yeah. But isn't it crazy? We've been doing this series since May, and pretty much once a week since May. That's fucking wild. But next Sunday, which would be the 30th, I think? The 30th of January. Holy crap, almost a full year later, we're going to finish this up. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you very, very much. Sorry I went off on all those football tangents as well. I know only like one or like two people in my chat ever have enjoyed football, but I was just so into that game, and it was just so wild that like, yeah. So I normally like don't try to do that. Oh my god, I forgot I did a 6-hour Ace Attorney stream one time back in June. That's wild. Fucking 6 hours. But yeah, like I said, next time, thank you once again for watching. And YouTube peeps, I'll end the video for you since this is just rambling now. YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you as always. Once again, this is probably going to go up before Rhythm Games with Mom Part 5, but I will try to get that up as soon as possible. And I'll make sure next time to make a list of songs that get my videos completely blocked so I don't play them, because what's the point of playing if I'm just going to have to mute them anyway? So, but once again, thank you so much, YouTube peeps. I appreciate you very much. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next Sunday for the finale. Peace.